What's up everybody, this is Moto Retza, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to ride a motorcycle in 10 minutes or less. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure you stick around. I'll see you guys real soon. Alright, peace. And we're back. So I found a parking lot that has a bunch of open space, and I'm going to use this to teach you guys how to ride a motorcycle in under 10 minutes. Or at least 10 minutes. All right, so check it out. You have your ignition, and also over here, these two things will get your motorcycle turned on. You have your clutch, you have your gear selector lever, you have your front brake, and your rear brake. All right, so those are 5 things. Again, you got your ignition, your clutch, gear selector lever, front brake, and rear brake. So to start a motorcycle, all you would do, and hopefully you guys understand this concept, then I'll have to explain this too much. Turn your key into ignition, much like a car, but this is the part that differs for a motorcycle. Boom. Normally motorcycles, this thing is called a kill switch, but normally you put it into the middle, it engages the fuel pump, and then once the fuel pump is engaged, it only takes a couple seconds. You're going to press down on this. This is going to ignite your motorcycle, ignite the ignition. So you'll hold that down until your motorcycle starts. Some motorcycles can vary a little bit. Same thing with the key. Some of them have key fobs and it's a little different. But generally speaking, put your key into ignition, boom, press this down, hold it, and then it's going to ignite the ignition and get your motorcycle started. But we're not going to do that just yet. I'm going to continue talking about this a little more. So we got your clutch. Your clutch is the middleman, all right? Your clutch is the middleman between your engine and your rear tire. On a motorcycle, only the rear tire is getting power from the engine. The front tire just rolls. So I'm not going to go super in depth with everything, but like I said, this is just to get you guys rolling on a motorcycle, to understand the basic operations of a motorcycle. So your clutch, middleman between the engine and the rear tire. Then you have your gear selector lever down here. All right, pushing it down one time will put you into first gear. Pushing it up a half click will put you into neutral, and then up second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, sixth gear. Okay, and not every motorcycle has 6 gears, but generally speaking, all right, it's going to be standard gearing is going to be 1 down, half a click up, and neutral, full click up, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. And then going down, it'll be 5, 4, 3, 2, half a click down, neutral, 1. Makes sense? I hope so. All right. Then we have the front brake right here. The front brake is typically on a stock motorcycle more powerful than your rear brake. All right. And this is your rear brake lever right here. So another thing to keep in mind is that when you pull in the front brake, it's going to compress your forks. So it's very important with any operation that you do on a motorcycle, you learn how to gently do it until you fully understand what you're doing. So like when you're using your clutch, you want to gently let out the clutch. All right, you don't want to just dump the clutch. That's what dumping the clutch is. Same thing with the brake. You don't want to just pull the brake in, because I'm telling you right now, if you pull in your front brake really aggressively and these forks compress really aggressively, you're going to flip off your motorcycle and have a bad time. All right, so everything is gentle. All right, and you'll understand when you start riding on a motorcycle. Do everything gently with a soft touch until you fully understand what you're doing. Same thing with the rear brake pedal or rear brake lever. So if you slam this down, now most modern day motorcycles come with ABS, anti-brake system. So they're going to do their best to pulsate so that you don't lock your brakes and slide. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been in a car, but the same thing applies, and cars have ABS too, generally speaking. If you slam into your brakes, the car has a chance to skid, right? So a car has 4 tires, so a skid's not as bad in a car, right? On a motorcycle, you have 2 tires, and remember, your power is going to the rear. So imagine you have all this power going to the rear, and then you slam into your rear brake pedal, and now you've locked up the rear tire that has all the control of your motorcycle, and it starts sliding out of control, and now you don't know what to do to get control back. You're going to have a bad time, right? So make sure that you're gentle with your operation of the rear brake. All right, so one more time. We've got the key for the ignition, and then the ignition switch over here, as well, and also acts as your kill switch. You got your clutch, which is what? Your middleman between your engine giving power to your rear wheel, right? You've got your gear selector lever down here, which is what? One down, half a click up for neutral, then second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. And then if you go down, 5, 4, 3, 2, half a click down, neutral, 1. We have our front brake and our rear brake. And you know what? I think that I left out the throttle. And you've got your throttle, right? I hope that doesn't confuse anyone that I left out the throttle. I apologize. But if you understand those components, you can literally get on a motorcycle and ride. I'm not saying take it to the public road. Don't do that. Make sure that, and actually before you even purchase your own motorcycle, if you have the opportunity to, take a course and use one of their motorcycles if the course offers motorcycles, and practice that way. Or if you have an experienced friend that's gonna like literally hold your hand while you do this, do it that way. This video is not like, my intention is not for you to be like, I know how to ride motorcycles, I can ride whatever, get on something and then hurt yourself. All right, I just want you guys to understand the basic operations of a motorcycle, so it's less daunting to you if you decide that you want one. All right, so I've explained to you the basic things you need to know, right? So now I'm going to get on and show you guys everything in practice. So the key is in ignition, the fuel pump has been engaged, and now we're going to start the motorcycle. Another thing, most motorcycles won't let you start with the kickstand down if you're in first gear. So put your kickstand up. All right, so I'm in neutral, so I'm going to start my motorcycle, right? Boom, started it up. So now what do you think I have to do if I want to move forward? I have to put my motorcycle into first gear, right? So we're going to pull in the clutch, and then we're going to press down on the clutch lever, or the gear selector. Boom, that would put me into first gear. You'll hear a clunk, generally speaking, when that happens. So now we need to gently ease out the clutch, right? And now I'm already moving forward, and that's with no throttle. All right, your motorcycle, most motorcycles will move forward with no throttle. Really low CC motorcycles might need some throttle once you start moving forward. And you can duck, we call it the duck walk, right, with your motorcycle while it's moving forward for stability. You don't have to pick your feet up if you're not comfortable yet. So now that we have our motorcycle moving, and this takes practice, okay? It's real easy to mess this friction zone thing up, so don't feel bad if you mess it up. So now that we have our motorcycle moving, you can ease out the clutch, and then eventually you can let it go, right? And the motorcycle will just move if you have enough power. If you don't have enough power, that's what causes the motorcycle to stall. And you have to learn how to use your gas if you have a motorcycle that's not powerful enough to just move on its own. But you'll feel tension when you hit the friction zone on a motorcycle. So I'm giving it a little bit of gas right now, so it's not lugging around too hard, because this is a 1000cc motorcycle, so it's got a good amount of power. But anyways, I'm in first gear, right? So let's say I want to come to a stop. Well, to come to a stop, I pull in the clutch, and then I personally gently apply my front brakes. Now you can do your rear brakes as well. I like to use my front brakes because they're so powerful, right? And that will get your motorcycle to stop. Oh, with turning, all right, that's a whole nother thing, right? That takes that could be its own separate video. But to turn on a motorcycle, not only can you turn your handlebars if you're going at a slow enough speed, right, like this, see how I'm turning the handlebars, but if you're going fast enough, you push. Like, I want to go left, so I'm gonna push left. If I want to go right, I'm gonna push right. Yeah, I know it's a crazy concept on motorcycles, but I'm not gonna get into all that right now. I just want you guys to understand the basic operations, right? Coming up on 10 minutes. So this is your rear brake down here. I don't know if you guys can really see it. And then again, your front brake and your clutch and your gear selector pedal. And anytime you want to shift up, You just boop, lift your foot while holding in the clutch. All right, that's just about 10 minutes for this segment minus that intro, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.